SMT Thermal Discoveries are the experts in thermal processes from -50 degrees Celsius up to 450 degrees Celsius. With highly stable reflow soldering systems, vacuum soldering to reduce voiding in solder joints, whether you need temperature treatment systems with standard equipment or flexible solutions, SMT Thermal Discoveries have the machine to your thermal challenges.
Welcome to the SEICA booth here at Productronica. I'm joined by Luca Corley. Nice to see you again, Luca.
Nice to see you, Trevor. As usual, we're here.
Yeah, I know. But, and as usual, we have a lot of new technology to talk about because you're definitely one of the most innovative companies in this industry. This year been no exception. And we're looking here at a test system which is a sort of forward development from the one we looked at the last time. It's a little bit wider, it works a little bit differently, but you've also completely changed the concept of working in a line. Tell us a little bit about what your thinking is behind this.
Yes. Basically, Trevor, the line becomes a circle. The idea is to automate a manual machine to improve the throughput of our customers and to make their life more easy in terms of maintenance, in terms of servicing the line. Okay. So we have a machine now that is born like a manual machine, but there is a rotary table onto the fixture. So while a robot or a human operator is loading one board, there is another board already under test. Mm-hmm. So the loading and unloading time is completely masked into the test time of a board. And this machine can have brothers or sisters, so you can have many machines in a circle with a single cobot or robot in the middle servicing the different machines. When you need more throughput, you just add another duplicate identical machine to your circle of machines. When you need to operate on the machine, for example, to do a test program or to do maintenance or to change a needle on the fixture, you just unplug the machine from the circle line. There is a docking station on ground, so you really plug and unplug the machine and all the outlets are automatically connected. You unplug the machine, you do whatever you want manually, and then the line keeps going. If you have 6 machines in a circle, you unplug one, with 5 machines, the cobot is still doing its work and the line keeps going. So you never stop the line.
Yeah, I think that's the important concept here, is that if you had that same function working in a machine that had 4 different test functions and one of them stopped, then you lose all 4 functions.
Exactly. Exactly. As I said, the line becomes a circle because, in fact, when you have a tester or whatever equipment you have in a line and for some reason this equipment stops, you stop the entire line. And with this concept, the line is split in many different pieces. It's a circle, and when you take out a part of the circle becomes smaller, but it keeps going. Yeah. So never stop.
Never stop. And obviously the cobots can feed all these different machines. Okay, and by having this rotary system within the machine, you're halving the cycle time because the travel time for loading and unloading is taken out because it's already testing on the other side.
In fact, you mentioned that this machine is coming from another one that we present a couple of years ago. It was called, and it's still there, called Compact Slim. The idea was small machine to load and unload with a cobot or a robot. People were saying, yes, but the loading unloading time of the cobot or the robot is adding time to my takt time. So to mask or to cancel completely the loading time, we had the idea to integrate the rotary table into the fixture. So no matter what the cobot is taking to load a board, there is already another board under test. So your line keeps going.
So the two big takeaways, as I see it, is reducing the takt time and keeping the uptime because of the being able to swap out the different machines. Yes. Is it more expensive using 8 different machines than using 2 machines with 4 systems in it?
No, it is not, because of the reason we said before. When you build our customers building lines, they typically look for an efficiency of the line 85%. It means that they accept the line will be stopped 50% of the time because the line needs maintenance. Okay. In this case, the time you stop a machine for maintenance or service is much, much smaller. So basically, with 3 machines like this, you can do the same job of an inline machine testing 4 boards at the same time. And 3 machines like this cost less than a machine testing 4 boards at the time.
Interesting. Great. Yeah, always coming up with innovation. So you've got another one at the other side of the booth that looks really interesting, which is a battery tester.
Yes.
For a certain car company. I don't know if we could say that, but
Not only for them.
but yes. But it's an interesting concept on the flying probe concept, because normally flying probe is like 8 different independent arms. This one's using
4 hours.
4 arms. Explain the concept.
Yeah. The concept goes after the flying probe and the flying fixture concept that we talked about in the past. We have figured out that in a battery for an electric car, there are many cells connected all together between small wires. Those patterns of cells are all the same, they are repeatable. So instead of mounting 1 or 2 probes in one head of a flying prober, now we have 16 probes mounted in a small fixture. So, and instead of testing 1 cell at the time, we can test 4 cells at the time with 1 head. And with 4 heads, we can test 16 cells. So basically, we cut 4 times the time of a normal flying prober testing the battery with this new battery tester.
Yeah, so absolutely, it really does cut down the time on it. I'm guessing you have to. The only thing is you have to make the fixtures for that machine. But if you're doing batteries, you're probably doing high volume anyway, so it's worth it.
Our customers making batteries, they are not changing the type of the battery every day or every week. I mean, they do volumes of millions of batteries, all the same type. So it's true that you have to change the fixture if you have a different battery, but it happens really once a while, not every day or every week.
So finally, Luca, before I let you go, I want to talk about something else we talked about earlier, and that is the Italian market. We both share a passion for smart factory and the future automation coming into the industry, but it seems to be happening with the small guys in Italy, which is where it's not happening in other parts of Europe. Explain why.
The good news is that Italy is really looking to invest in the future, is Italy as a country. So our government in the past 2 years put some money for the customers that they want to invest in new equipments for the smart factory side. So basically there is a law where our customers can buy a machine containing a smart box from SEICA or a cobot, or let's say compliant to the Industry 4.0 protocols. And if they buy a machine that costs 100, they can declare for taxes that they bought an equipment like 270, okay? So companies making profits, they can deduct from their tax bill the fact that they have bought a machine with a higher cost compared to what they have really paid.
That's wonderful. So that's really encouraging them to get involved in the smart factory technologies.
Absolutely.
So when you're then in these factories and working with these companies, is the approach to find a champion within that factory to be in charge of the smart factory integration?
Yes, even if companies, they have a relatively small or medium size in Italy, because our industry is full of them, customers have understood that they need a guy looking not only to machines. You know, Italy is the second country in Europe for machinery, for manufacturing. But finally, the concept of thinking to software, thinking to better organize the talking between the machines has been now accepted. So one guy in the factory can think about machines and how the machines can interact together. And I mean, the smart factory starts normally from the smart brain.
Amazing, amazing. Well, it's always fascinating to catch up with you, Luca. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Trevor. See you next time.